In this tutorial, I will be going through the print function. You will be using the print function and you will be creating a simple program. So let's get started then. Open up your Python editor like I have done. Create a new project. You can call it lesson 1. You can call it Hello World because we are going to be creating a program called Hello World today. So let's get started. First of all, if you do have a sample Python script on your screen like I have, just select it all, Control A and hit the delete button. Traditionally, when learning a new programming language, the very first program you write is called Hello World. So let's not break this tradition. So to start off with, what you need to do is type in print. This outputs anything you want to the screen. Open parentheses, make sure you close them too when you finish. You can either use single or double quotes. I'm going to use the single quotes and then type in my message that I want printed to the screen. So I want it to print Hello World. Once you've done that, you need to run the program. I'm just going to select the play icon and there you have it. You've written your first ever program which displays Hello World. You can output whatever you like to the screen using the print function, but it is important to use the correct syntax. By syntax, I mean the rules of the language. So what you need to do now is pause the video and try running the following lines of code and fill in the table with your results. So run this line of code. Did you get an error? If you did, put in a Y. If you didn't, put in an N. And do you know what caused the error? Work through these and then hit play to see if we got the same answers. It's time to see what you got then. So let's start with the first one. Print. Make sure you copy it exactly as it is. Hello world, with an exclamation mark and then close the parentheses. So print hello world. Was there an error in the first one? Let's find out. So hit play. As you can see, we've got a syntax error, invalid syntax. Did you spot what the error was? What caused the error? So for the first statement, we do have an error, and what caused it was the missing quotes. So if we do put in the missing quotes, remember they could be single or double, and then hit play, we should get hello world. So there you have it. The first one was an error and it was missing the quotes. Let's try the second one. Print hello world. So what we need to do is print hello world exactly as it is there, just missing the comma, and hit play. So for the second one, we've got another syntax error. Here it's saying EOL while scanning string literal. So line 1. So the second one, we did have another error. What was the error? And as you can see, we are missing the quotes at the end. So here you just type in and enter the missing quote and hit play, and there you have it. We've solved the second line of code. Now the third one, print hello world. So it's in quotes, but let's see if this one works without the parentheses. So if we hit run, print hello world. No, syntax error, invalid syntax once again. So we did get an error. What are we missing? We are missing the parentheses, or you may call them brackets. The next one, so we have got the parentheses in place, but what we're missing this time, and another syntax error. It's invalid syntax. Can you spot where the error is? The string is not in the quotes. So let's just delete this second quote and put it in at the end, the single quotes, and hit play. And there you have it. You've fixed the fourth line of code. Now let's move on to the fifth one. Print hello world. As you can see, I've copied it exactly. And if I hit play, it is going to work. So here we did not have an error. So let's move on to the next one. Print hello world. So what's wrong with this one? We do have an error. That's what it's picking up. And what is the error? So what I've done here is put a capital P and hit print, and we've got a name error. Name print is not defined. So what you can see here is Python is case sensitive. So this is important. So what we need to do is change the P into a lowercase p and hit play, and it should work now. So there you have it, hello world. And the final one, print hello world. But if you look carefully here, the final one's been indented slightly. So just in front of the P, just hit the tab key and then hit play. And we get an indentation error, unexpected indent. That is correct. We've got an error for the final one. And what was the error? It's told us it's an indentation error. So as you can see, spacing is very, very important in Python too. So what we need to do here to resolve this is just hit the backspace and then just hit play. From this exercise, you should have discovered that there's a few syntax rules that you need to stick to when programming in Python. Two of the most important rules to remember when programming in Python are that Python is case sensitive. So when we did print hello world with a capital P, we had an error. It needed to be a lowercase p. And white space is used as part of the language syntax. So the final one where the print function was indented caused us another error. So please remember this when programming in Python. So let's move on to the next part. So far we have only printed text to the screen. In programming, we refer to a collection of characters as a string, but we can also use the print method to do simple maths for us too.
Okay, then let's try the following and see what happens. So just delete the quotes and hello world and type in 2 plus 2. What do you think the output will be when you run this program? Of course, it's going to be 4. Let's try another one. So print, open and close the brackets, and let's do a subtraction. 97 minus 54, and hit the run button, and you get the answer 42. Let's try a division. So print 36 divided by 6, and hit the run button, and there you have it. The answer is 6 to 1 decimal place. The next one, print 5 multiplied by, let's say, 3. So the asterisk used to multiply, and then hit run, and you get the answer 15. So the code that we've just been executing uses the print method to perform simple calculations on the whole numbers. And in programming, we call them integers. We can make this program a little bit more informative and useful by printing both the calculations and the answers together. So to do this, we must join or concatenate strings together. So let's try this. The plus operator is used to concatenate two strings. So what you need to do is just delete the code that you already have and type in the following code and run it and see what happens. So print, open quotes, my name is, don't forget the space, and then space again, plus, and then open another set of quotes and type in your name. Once you've done that, hit the run button and see what happens. So as you can see, my name is Yasser Khan. We can also concatenate a string with an integer. So let's try this next. So print, open parentheses, quotes, my age is, and then leave a space, and then put in plus 22 and see what happens. Hit the run icon and you will get an error. So it says that line 2 in module print my age is plus 22 is an error. Now, Python got a bit confused there. It can't cope with concatenating strings and integers together. So what we need to do is tell it to pretend that the integer is an actual string. So try this instead then. So near the 22 or your age, what you need to do is type in plus str and put 22 into a set of brackets, and don't forget to close the brackets, and then hit the run button. and you should get it. My name is Yasser Khan, my age is 22. So what we've done here, we've used the string method to cast an integer to a string. We can use the same technique to output our calculations. Type in the following code into the editor and run it. So type in print, open and close parentheses. Don't forget your quotes. 2 plus 2 equals with a space, and then after the quotes, put in the plus operator, and then open another set of brackets and close them, and inside them put in 2 plus 2. What do you think this will produce? Will this work? Let's find out. Do you know what I'm missing? Well, we'll find out shortly when we hit the run button. As you can see, I've got an error. So line 3 in module, print 2 plus 2 equals, closing the quotes, plus 2 plus 2. So the error is we can only concatenate strings, not integers. And here what we are doing, we're trying to join a string with an integer. And what we need to do to resolve this problem is just turn this into a string by putting in str and then running the program again. And there you have it. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Now it's time to look at how to print some tricky characters such as apostrophes, commas, and how to start a new line in Python. So, some strings can get us into trouble in Python. For example, what if we want to put an apostrophe inside a string? So let's do an example. So print, open and close parentheses, and I'm very happy. What do you think would happen here? So here, as you can see, I've used an apostrophe and it's in a single quote mark. So Python thinks the string ends here. Do you think this will work? Let's find out. As you can see, I've got print, I'm very happy. I've got a syntax error and it's invalid syntax. So to avoid confusing Python by using the single quotes, we put a special code character before the apostrophe and it's called an escape character. So what you need to do here, after the I, just put the backslash in, which is known as the escape character, and then hit run. There you have it. You've avoided confusing Python by using the escape character. And basically this tells Python to display an apostrophe and not end the string. So there's another useful combination, which is a backslash and n, which basically inserts a new line at that point. So let's try this one. So print, open parentheses, double quotes or single quotes, and then enter your message, hello. And then I'm just going to put in here backslash n and goodbye. All in the same quotes. Once you've done that, hit the play button, and what you should see is hello and goodbye on separate lines. It's time to challenge yourself and see what you've learned. The answers to these challenges will be posted in the next video. So the fairly easy challenge. Notice how we use the plus operator to concatenate strings. Well, other simple mathematical operators can be used with strings too. So what I want you to do is write a program that will output your name to the screen 100 times. And the top tip for this task is add a new line to your string by including the backslash n. And finally, do not print your name 100 times because that will be classified as cheating. Not so easy challenge. Write a program that will print the following to the screen. You should only use one print statement in your solution.